Okay.
Welcome to the 425 Alumni Day Drive webinar. We're excited everybody's here. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to, I've got 10 pages to kind of go over high level of a little PowerPoint with some key points about the Alumni Drive. And then we're going to spend the majority of the time on the 425 One Cause site to walk through that with some of the changes that we've made this year. I think you'll find that it's simpler than before. It's not as complex. I think it'll make it easier for a lot of people. There's not a lot of rankings and things like we had before. We've kind of simplified it, but I think we have got a good plan, and many of the committee members are on the call that have been working on this. So I want to thank them all for all their hard work, and we'll go ahead and get started. Oh, and if you don't know who I am, my name's Sean Gregory. I'm the vice chair of the foundation. And I know Beth Keese, the chair of the Leadership Foundation, is on as well, and Janine Triplett, the executive vice president of the Leadership Foundation as well. And so we're here to talk about the Alumni Drive. Our goal for this campaign is $100,000. We wanted to raise $100,000 for the annual fund. In prior years, in 2022 is the first year that this online campaign started. We didn't really know what we would do that year. I think we had a goal of 75,000 and we raised $52,078, and we were excited that we raised that much money. It was new to this kind of platform. This avenue to raise funds was different, new to us. So we did great in 2022. In 2023, we raised $94,599, a nice increase over 2022. Our goal for this one is $100,000 for the annual fund. I personally think we should be able to exceed that. The Founders Day Challenge that was held in November mainly for the chapter leadership funds exceeded our goal of that during that fundraising effort, and we raised over 140,000 on that one. So I'm very optimistic with all of your help on this call and that listen to it afterwards, that we can get to our $100,000 for the annual fund. So what is the annual fund? Why are we doing this for the annual fund? Well, the annual fund directly supports the foundation's mission. It provides money for academic scholarships, grants, member engagement efforts, and other areas for the fraternity. The Leadership Foundation board just recently, in our meeting that we had in Orlando, approved a grant for the 2024-2025 fiscal year in the amount of $245,000 to the fraternity. So we really need to raise some of this money for this cause so we can fulfill that grant. That grant goes to the fraternity to help fund the Grand Chapter Congress. It goes to fund there's money set aside by the fraternity for the President's Academy. The provincial conferences are one of the areas where money goes for different areas. And the more that we can raise in the annual fund, it allows us to give back to the fraternity. I was able to go to the Minnesota province provincial conference and also the Orlando one, and a couple of the themes I did hear from collegiates about attending was it was expensive, and I know our goal is to try to keep the registration prices down. The more money that we can raise through the annual fund will allow us to have more money to give a larger grant to the fraternity so they can work to keep the prices down and more collegiates can attend. Now, we also realize that many people like to give money to specific funds that they may have, a chapter leadership fund or they may give it to a scholarship fund. I support the Tampa Bay Alumni Scholarship Fund, and I give a portion of my money to that every year. But I also make sure I give at least half of my money to the annual fund, because I think if we don't have the annual fund, we won't be able to fundraise and do other things for the fraternity. So it's important to make sure that we fund the annual fund. So why should people participate? This is kind of an easy slide here. It's Alumni Day. We want to celebrate our brothers. We want to kind of have a fun. We want to make it we're making it a challenge, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. Support the mission. You know, the foundation and the fraternity have a new mission that we just approved recently, and so we want to make sure that we support that mission. We support brothers, and we have a good time, and we raise money. So what? Oops, went too fast. There. So what's different in this year for the new 2024 Alumni Day Challenge? So we're doing a provincial challenge. And so I pulled up this graph here, pulled it off the fraternity website to show, all the provinces. Because to be honest with you, I hadn't looked at, I didn't realize that Kentucky was in the southern province. I should have really known that, but I had looked at that for a while, and so I'm like, oh, wait a second, because Louisville actually is in the southern province. It's right across the river from Oxford, but it's in the southern province. And so I wanted to put this up here. I talked to Janine a little bit earlier about it, and we're going to see if we can get this out on the One Cause page as well in some form, so people can see where they fall, because we're going to have a challenge between the Western Province, the South Central Province, the Southern Province, the North Central Province, and the Northern Province. Online giving platform. So what are the other changes that we've done? So like I said, it's a friendly fundraising challenge between the 5 provinces. Something new that, and I've seen, I know that some of them are on this webinar. We've asked to get some provincial chairs this year to help lead teams in each province. And so we have at least 2. In one province, we actually have 3 chairs that are going to help with the fundraising efforts in that province. We've already set up all the team pages for the alumni chapter. So it's kind of going to be based upon an alumni chapter. And they've been set up under each province. But we also know that some alumni are not associated with an alumni chapter. They may not live close to an alumni chapter. So we also set up a team page under each province for friends of the province. And you'll see that in a little bit as we move along in the presentation. So our friendly competition, our goal, if our goal is 100,000, we have 5 provinces. The goal is to have each province raise $20,000 for the annual fund. So that's kind of our initial goal. Hopefully we raise more. Hopefully everybody raises 25, 30,000. But our goal is to raise 20,000 in each province for the annual fund. Now our provincial chairs that we have, the Northeastern Province, and I think I called it the Northern Province earlier. The Northeastern Province, Vita Honey and Dave Hennell, and I know Dave is on. I saw him. The North Central Province, Megan and Macy Hebert. Megan is on. I saw her. The Southern Province, Melissa Garcia and Mitch Simmons. The South Central Province, Angie Shep and Katrina Winnett. And then the Western Province, and I'm not going to butcher the names, but I'm just going to say Priscilla, Aaron, and Jacqueline are here for us for the Western Province. And we're thankful for them to be active. So here's a little snippet. Here's a little snippet of what and we're going to look at the actual website here in a second of what of some of the changes that we made and how we set it up this year. So like I said before, provincial pages have been set up on the 425 One Cause alumni page. And under each province, we've also set up all active alumni chapters. So I took a snippet yesterday, or actually this weekend when we were in test mode of this, and you can see that the Southern Province, and then there's 10, well, actually there's 9 alumni chapters listed on here. And then we also have a team in the third place there is a supporter of the Southern Province. So that's for the alumni that may not be associated with a chapter or may not have an alumni chapter nearby. It could be for collegiates who want to support the challenge as well and make a donation. They can be a supporter of the Southern Province. It also could be friends of non-Delta SIGs. It could be non-alumni, non-fraternity members as well can be a supporter of the Southern Province. And we have a supporter of XYZ province set up under each one of the different teams. All right, so how do we get started? And I think we've made this very simple this year compared to previous years in joining a team. But one thing is we've had questions in the past. You can only join one team. You can't be on 3 or 4 different teams. You can only join one team. However, you can make a donation to several different teams, and we're gonna go over that a little bit. So you'll join an alumni chapter team or a supporter of the XYZ province team. That's the first thing you're going to do. Now, just some stats I wanted to throw out here. Last year, we had 280 individuals register for the Alumni Day Challenge. In comparison, in November of this past year, for the Founders Day Challenge, we ended up having over 1,500 individuals register. So now, many of those individuals were chapters that had 30 or 40 people register. And I know we don't have that in this challenge as much. However, I think we can almost double, my goal is to kind of double the 280 individuals registered to try to get over 500 registered. So once you join a team, the next thing, the goal is to set up your personal page, recruit members to your team so the foundation can get to their 100,000 goal they're raising. And we'll talk a little bit and we'll walk through, and actually I've asked Janine to walk through that part in a second. And then now we're going to go to the fundraising page demo. But do we have any questions on anything I've said so far? Well, before I move on. All right, I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to reshare here. All right, can you see the Alumni Day Drive page? Yes, I see lots of head winking. All right, good. All right, so I'm just gonna walk through this. It looks very similar to the previous 4 times that we've done this. So this is actually this is the 6th time. We've done it 5 times before. 3 for the Founders Day Challenge and 2 for Alumni Day. So this is our 6th kind of campaign with this format. But I'm on the first page, the About page. And there's it kind of gives us the number of people that are registered. So we've got 7 registered, so we got to get 493 more registered. We're going to go to 8 here shortly because I'm going to register while we're on here so you can see how to register. I'm going to do it myself as a demo. I purposely didn't register yet because I wanted to do it while we're on here. We've got 1 donation already. I think it's from Tosin, one of our foundation members made a donation. I think it's the Dallas Alumni Chapter. So as you can kind of go down here, it gives you some of the basic information of the Alumni Day Challenge. It gives us a kind of a thermometer on how far we've raised of our goal. So we'll get to that 100,000. We got 20 days, 2 hours and 43 minutes left. We go down a little bit farther. Some of these are the individuals who actually registered. Their pictures are already on there when you register. And then we get down here to the chairs. So we've highlighted the chairs. Some of them are on the call today on this page. gives you a little bit more information and some more donation items at the bottom. And then down at the a little farther, we've got people who would in the past, I think this is from last year still, has given gifts for some challenge gifts, and we will talk a little bit about that later. So that summary is the main page, pretty similar to what it was before. The what's happening, I just want to walk through. Some of you may know some of this already, but since we've simplified this, I kind of want to go through each one of these areas real quick. So the donor wall, when an individual makes donation, they end up getting put in their level on the donor wall. So there's Tosin with his 425 donations, the only donation we have so far. So this will fill up. We want it to be filled up a whole bunch as we move along in the challenge. The next one is the leaderboard. So this is different than what we've done in the past. So the only leaderboards that we're going to have are for individuals that are going to show up here. And this is just so you can see, and it may, I think what was kind of thought is that it may elicit a little bit of competition. If we see someone has raised more than someone else, they may want to try to raise more. So we've got that out there. So the fundraising leaderboard is there. The next one is probably the more important one, is the leaderboard by province. So this is where we're really going to be tracking the main challenge is the group leaderboard. So it's going to show South Central Province is leading right now at $425, and the other provinces haven't raised any money as of yet, but that will change as we move along with this. So that's really the only two areas where we're measuring or ranking. Previous ones of these we've had where you got points for getting a picture online or setting a social media. There was lots of different categories where we were tracking. We're not doing that this year. We're really tracking the provinces who raised the most money and also the individuals. And then the next page, Beth will see a nice picture of her when she was a little younger here in the gallery right there. And she's laughing. I can see her. So this is the gallery. So when individuals put pictures on their page, it kind of comes to this hub of pictures of items that are put on. And I see Jim on there as well. So these are the ones that have been put on here so far of our 7 people who have registered. So that's an area to look. And then the one thing I like to look at sometimes is the competitive person, the accountant in me, and always trying to one up someone sometimes, is the timeline, because you can see when individuals signed up. You can also see when they gave. And so Beth was the last one to do anything. So 1:10 today, she uploaded the young picture of herself. And so anybody who signs up or registers, who makes a gift, shows up on this timeline, so you can see who gave. And so as I know for the other challenges at 10:30 at night, I'm looking on here and watching us get more donations every 5 or 10 minutes. I'm refreshing it to see who gave, and can we give more, especially when we had challenges between the chapters. I know they were looking at that as well. So that's the summary of the what's happening. The resources, there's a lot of good resources out here this year about just kind of gives you, and I think it's very similar to that first page. It's actually the same as the first page. So we go down to the toolkit. There's a toolkit that we've finalized. It's updated from last year. I'm not going to click on it because it'll take me out, but you can click on that and download the toolkit. It's about 25 pages that will give a summary of many of the things I've talked about now, but also talk about how to set up your page in a little bit more detail, how to send out some emails, social media posts. All that information is included in that toolkit. It has thank you notes to send to people maybe after they've given and you want to follow up with a thank you. There's some samples in there for that. And there's also some sample asks as well for you to ask and for individuals for money. Frequently asked questions. This was in the presentation and I kind of decided to take it out to kind of go over all these items. So if people have high level kind of questions on the Alumni Day Drive, we tried to summarize all the high level questions here in this frequently asked questions section. It goes all the way down to, can I give my gift by mail or phone? Well, yes, you can. We will take that. If you don't want to do it online, you could call the central office or talk to one of the central office members. they can take your gift and we'll just need to be noted of that so we can, on the back side, put it on the website. And we have a small percentage of people who have done this in the past, but that is a possibility for those who may not want to do something online. And I wanted to just bring that up and let everybody know that that's a possibility. The next one is the training, and we're right now having the webinar campaign overview on April 2nd, but on April 22nd, so 20 days from now, is the campaign kickoff and social, and where in the world is everybody at? That we're going to do a kind of a fun social kickoff to try to kick off that week for the Alumni Day Drive. So that kind of gives you the date and when that's going to happen. Matching and challenging gifts. So we are currently finalizing or working to finalize a list of individuals who are willing to make matches or different challenges for the Alumni Day Drive. We are going to have all those items published by the social on the 22nd, so everybody knows in advance when things are. I believe we had some questions or comments, suggestions in the past that I wish I would have known that Sean was going to give $1,000, if to match people's gifts, between 10 and 11 on the night of, the second day of the challenge, because I would have given my gift, or I would have given more to make him give more money, things of that nature. So we're going to make sure everybody has that information. We're going to put it out on social media. And if you're interested in adding to our list, and we have and $25,000 to $30,000 right now, approximately, of gifts that we've got kind of solidified so far. But please contact Janine. She can get you on our list, so we make sure that we publicize it, people know about it, and that we have record of it, so we can recognize you on the website. The next area is social media images, which I think is a very nice item. It just takes, there's a link here. It's pretty simple. It takes you actually to the fraternity website, which has a specific page on the website that has different social media images that you can copy and add to social media, different formats, such as I gave to the 425 drive, please support me, lots of different backgrounds, designs. You can go there and you can see that and pull that into a text. You can pull that into other social media, post it on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. We've got those items there for you, so you can do that. All right. Any questions so far? We're getting to the fun part now where I'm going to sign up. So, all right, no questions. All right, so this is what we need everybody to do, probably on this call soon. The quicker the better to get people signed up on this, is to, when you come to this web page, you may come to the About page. This is the home page where you would go. For what you need to do first to register, there's a couple ways, but probably the easiest is go right here to where it says Join a Team, Alumni Chapter. And you can click on that, and this is going to take you to where you need to go to sign up. And it knows me already because I've been on this in the past, and it's telling me, last year I was a member of the St. Pete Clearwater Alumni Chapter. Do you want to rejoin the same team? And I can click this button here and follow the instructions and join the team. And so I'm going to do that in a second, but not right now. Or you could search for a team. So I'm going to type Cincinnati, because I bet Cincinnati, Cincinnati Alumni Chapter. So let's click on that. I could click on that. It's going to take me to the Cincinnati team, and it's going to ask me, do I want to join the Cincinnati team? I can do that. Or maybe I don't want to do either. I don't want to search. I want to come down lower here, and I want to look at the existing teams. And so these are all the teams that we set up, all the franchised alumni chapters, and then also all the supporters here of the different provinces. So we have a person already who signed up, and I think it's Chetta, as a supporter of, is a supporter of the Northeastern Province. So Chetta is a supporter of the Northeastern Province. She signed up. If I want to join this team, I just click Join the Team. but I can search. They're in alphabetical order with the A supporter. We kind of did that on purpose to put them at the front. Alphabetical order. There's 3 pages of it. You just click through all the way, and I went too far. I don't think so. Nope, there's the last page. All right. So you can pick that way. So let's go ahead and show you how easy it is. I haven't done this yet, so hopefully it works. I'm going to rejoin the same team from last year. So you're gonna see everybody can call me, my phone number there, my address. So it's gonna say Sean, everything's there. It's got my mobile number. I'm gonna say, yeah, let's send me a text when someone sends a donation on my behalf. I was initiated in Epsilon Rho. I'm gonna put that there. University, we're gonna put University of Tampa. What team are you joining? It should already default. No, it did not default. That's okay. So I'm gonna have to find to make sure we do this right. St. Petersburg, Clear. Okay. St. Petersburg, Clearwater. We don't have to worry about that this year. Those are optionals. And then I'm going to say get started. And then here's where you kind of go to set up your page. I'm not going to do this in detail right now. I'm going to go back in and do it. I'm going to ask Janine in a little bit to show her page. But you can put in your fundraising goal. So let's just leave it at 25. Let's make it more than that. Let's make it 5,000. All right. You can put in couple sentences why I'm doing this, how you want your name to appear on the page. Pretty simple. Many of you probably have done this in the past. And you can add a personal message at the bottom. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to make sure I can't see. I'm going to save. And it saved my information. All right, so now I should be, if we go back here to the main page, let's hope it changed to 8. Oh, 10 people. Well, some of you have been registering while we've been talking on the phone. So now we're up to 10 people registered. And we can do this. We can go to the timeline and we can go, which didn't update. Surprised that didn't update, but that's okay. We'll figure that out. I would think that it should update it there, but it didn't update. But
sometimes you have to click back out of the page and back in, but there's a delay. Yeah,
there's a delay. It probably just needs to refresh. So yep. But other people have registered probably while we're talking, so now we're up to 10 people. Any questions on that? It's not that difficult. We're trying to make it real simple and easy. Oh, I see chats in here. Beth, have you been looking at the chat?
I have.
Okay. Well, then if there's any important questions, let me know. So, all right. The other thing I wanted to do, is there a question? Go ahead. No question. All right. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the make a donation, because that's the important thing, right? That's what we're to hear all about is fundraising and making money or raising money for the foundation, for the annual fund. So there's a couple ways, and I know we've had questions in the past. I want to give money to a couple of my friends. I want to support a few of my friends that they may be in different provinces. How can I do that? Well, there's a couple different ways you can do it. One, the general way to do it is you can just click on make a donation. Now you have to do a little bit more work when you do this, but you click on make a donation. It pops up and we've given you several different items that you could pick if you want. I suggest everybody picks 10,000 and make that donation. Or you could put another number higher if you want. But in this situation, it's important that which team should receive credit for it. Since you did the general donation page, you need to pick where you want your money to go. So say I wanted my money to go to Atlanta, I'd have to put Atlanta in there. Okay. And then because you're already registered, it's going to fill in all your information. The other thing you need to that's important when you do it this way is that I am a brother or not member or non-member. And the big import is where I would like my gift to support the following fund. Now, we put annual fund first. It's also A is beginning of the alphabet, right? So we want that to be higher. And the purpose or the goal is to raise money for the annual fund. However, I'm not going to say no to somebody who wants to support the Mark Leadership Fund or the DEI Educational Fund or the President's Academy Fund. We're not gonna say no. We don't want your money. But the main goal for our this annual fund is to raise money for the annual fund, this alumni day. And so we hope that we would get most of the money that goes there. And in the past, 80% of the money that we've raised during this challenge has been to the annual fund. So you get to pick that way. The other way, let's see if I can get out of here, to make a donation is if you go to, let's go back to the provincial listing. So here you can see all the provinces, how much they've raised and what the goal is. You could click on, and I know that Towson is in the South Central region in Dallas Alumni Chapter. I'm going to click on the South Central province. I'm going to scroll down here and I see Dallas. I know that's where Towson is. So I'm going to click on there. So now I'm on Towson's page or the Dallas area's page. I can click right here on donate now. And the difference is it's going to say, thank you for supporting Dallas area's fundraising efforts for the 425 drive. So you don't have to pick. So once again, pick 10,000. But then you don't have to pick which area is going to get your money. Dallas area is going to get credited with it, but you still have to make a decision down here on where your money goes to. The annual fund, the base fund, the lead fund, wherever you want your money to go. Hopefully it goes to the annual fund. So that's one way. That's the other way to do it. So you could go to 15 different individuals' pages and you could hit all the different teams that they're associated with if you wanted to. The last thing I'll say here, the other way to do it is you could go to Towson's page directly. So this goes right to Towson's page. His goal is 1,500. He's raised 425. And many times when he would send out a social media link, which we'll show you in a second here with Janine, the link in social media that Towson sends out will direct you right back to his page. And so then you'll be able to donate on Towson's page. You're back to the Dallas out. So Dallas and Towson are getting the fundraising credit, but you still have to pick, I would like my gift to support the following fund. Annual fund, base fund. So that is, we've tried to simplify it as much as we could. I think it is easier, simpler, and any questions from there so far?
Hey, Sean, this is Stacy. So, suppose you don't want to donate to your alumni chapter. As me being a PVP myself, I have to donate as a supporter if I don't necessarily want to go through my alumni chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, you could do that.
You just donate to the province.
You would donate to the province. So you'd be a supporter of the province. So you would come here. So let's see if I can get to. It's covered up. You would go, there's several different ways you could do. You go to the province listing, the Northeastern, you could click here, and you could click on a supporter of the Northeastern province, and you could donate here. And you're supporting the Northeastern province. Now, in the end, it doesn't really matter because the money doesn't go to the alumni chapter. It goes to the foundation. It just kind of gets credited to that alumni chapter, but it rolls up to the province. So it doesn't really, I mean, if the alumni chapters had a competition between themselves and they want to be the highest, I could see you and you wanted to be more neutral. Giving to the supporter of the province would be a better place to put your money. Any other questions? Self-explanatory. It's not that difficult. I'm seeing a couple of shake heads. We're good. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to pass it over to Janine to let her show her setup of her page and how to and just look at some of the send out of some of the emails. So I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to push it back and allow Janine to take over. And I'm going to stop talking.
Okay. Okay, can you see my page? Because I've lost everybody. Is that, oops, did I lose? Oh no.
We can see your page.
Okay, thank you.
It's just not
You all
it's
went
not
away.
refreshed because it's at 7.
Yes.
You probably have it.
Okay.
Oh, yep. So.
Okay, good. Okay, okay. Yay. All righty. All right. Well, thanks everybody for being on this call. My part will only take a few minutes, and we really appreciate your support with this. We're getting very excited about this year's 425 drive, and we've worked really hard to get the page set up and the provincial piece structured in a way we think it's going to make it a lot of fun. The page just went live yesterday, so you're the first ones getting on here to get to see it and play around with it. So I set my page up, and you will see I'm sort of in the edit mode here, but you'll see manage my page. And this is the backside that Sean already showed. And so when you set up your page, you're going to get it's going to actually send a response back. It'll say, "Oh, you're setting up your page. Let me help you." And it will walk through each section of each of the areas here on the left-hand side. So, and then the one thing I wanted to show you is just, so for example, I'm the member of, I set up the Louisville Alumni chapter, so alumni chapter. So under here, I can email my teammates notifications, and then I can send out invitations using email, text, Facebook, Twitter. I have not set this up yet because I really don't like Twitter, or X, but on Facebook you can do that. Last year we learned if you use the back end of this, which I probably should ask Sean to do this because he was really good at it, is sending out emails, inviting people to just join, say, the emails like, "Hey, join me this year, set up a page, help promote the 425 drive." If every Delta Sig alumni made $25 donation, we would have like three or $4 million. I think I figured out at one time. So every little bit helps. Everyone sets up a page. It just builds that momentum, and it just keeps adding more people, and they get excited. So that's the goal. But when you use the email, you can send up to 200 emails at one time. Now, this is a change over last year with this program, because it used to be you could only send groups of 25 emails. So One Cause, which is program, has notified us that you can send up to 200 emails. So go for it. Send out to every brother you know. So that's that section. So with setting up your page, this is the area that Sharon already talked about. You can see I added a paragraph down here at the bottom, added some more information. So this is where you can really be creative and add information about your Delta Sig story. Same here with photos. You can see I added a few photos from lead conferences. You can add a video here. And you can link to video if you want to link to video. So here's where you can really have a lot of fun in terms of adding videos, adding photos. There's no limit on photos here. So here is something fun we're doing. And if you might have noticed on Tosin's page, when Sean pulled that up, he already had a little a badge. So we're doing these fun badges based on different activities that you may do while you're setting up your page, you're sending out emails, you're promoting this. So we're doing a sort of how to raise, we're doing a program that we did in the fall. It's like how to raise $500 in a certain amount of days leading up to 425. So here's 6 days, 5, it's a countdown. So once you click on the toolkit, if you look on the last page of the toolkit, there's a one pager that explains the badges. And so as you progress, as you raise money, as you do things, these little badges will pop up on your page, which is just a fun thing. So we wanted to just always we wanted to do as much we can to have fun. So and then again, invite this is sort of the same thing, invite more friends to join. Um, and then under donation management, of course, it'd be great to make the first donation. So we ask everyone to consider a donation, obviously, for this whenever works for you. And then thank your donors. So as you could see um, when you set your page up, you have the opportunity to get that text message that which I already clicked mine, so it's probably not showing up. But you will get notifications on your page if someone makes a donation to your page. This is where you can thank them. And then again, another opportunity to ask individuals for gifts. And what this has done for me, if you've given in the past, this has populated some individuals that were in my system that I have asked for donations in the past. So they're automatically there already. So when you click there, and again, this is the same thing. You can ask friends outside like this was for the Louisville alumni, but this is just general brothers. I guess I think it's one half dozen. The other probably works both ways, but I thought this was sort of cool where you had populated my donations from the past. So I think, Sean, am I forgetting something here on this page that you can think of?
No, I don't think
Okay.
so. I'm,
Oh, and I did forget. Oh well, I won't reshare. But once you go on here, he talked about Sean mentioned the leadership donors that have been sort of stepped up in making donations in advance. That's a work in progress, and the page is current as of yesterday with the leadership donors, and we'll continue to update that. That's a work in progress in the next couple weeks as we finalize those. So we'll continue to add individuals to that.
Well, thank you, Janine. I just want to summarize a few things here, then I'll open it up for some questions if we have any. But just a high level summary is that we want to raise $100,000 for the annual fund. I think we can do that I think we've got a good start. We've been working on this for several months. We've had a good audience here. I think we're ahead of the game of where we've been before, so I'm excited about that. Reminder, it's a friendly challenge between the 5 provinces. We're going to come up, there's no monetary award, but there's bragging rights. And there may be some kind of little things that we create at the central office that could be that they could maybe put on their Facebook page or their web page, that the alumni, the province that wins, that to kind of show off that they were the winner of this. So we'll probably do something that's non-monetary, but they'll definitely will have bragging rights. I also want to thank the chairs that are the provincial chairs. I know the provincial chair of each province has agreed to participate in, and they're all on this, and we've added other individuals who are interested in as well that are assisting those provincial chairs, and so we're thankful for them and everything they've done. The biggest thing I could say is sign up on the fundraising page as soon as possible. So, don't wait until the week before, do it tonight, do it tomorrow. The page is live and we can take donations now. It's kind of like a soft go live. But sign up now, because I've seen people say, oh, I'll sign up in a week, and then they forget about it and something happens and life happens and they don't do it and they don't get signed up and they don't, then at the last minute they're trying to play and set up all their stuff, and if you haven't done this the previous years real well, you just need to get in there and play a little bit with it, and you'll understand it more as you go along. And then, like Janine said, that the big thing is also those special challenges. That's a big takeaway that we've got from last year, is that we want to make sure we get them out early so people know when they are. We're going to publicize them on the line. We're going to do it through social media so they'll know when Claire Roberts is going to do a challenge, that everybody can donate then, so she can have to give her money. So I know she's on here somewhere. So,
Yes.
so that's the high level summary. Is there any questions or anything else that we can answer regarding the Alumni Day Challenge Drive?
And I know a lot of brothers on this call are on social media, but this doesn't to if you're it's not a prerequisite to participate in the campaign. So once you get on and you set up your page and you have that link for your page, you can just take that link and email it to your brothers and say, hey, I've set up my page. Why don't you check it out? Why don't it'd be great if you could join me in supporting Delta Sig this way. So obviously social it revolves a lot around social media what we do these days, but it's not. I think sometimes individuals say, why I'm not on social media, I can't do this. It's not a requirement. So I always like to point that out. So
Any other questions or anything we can answer? Does it seem easier than in the past, or I think it is, but I just want to make sure that I'm not wrong, maybe.
I think the other thing that we just want to challenge everybody is think about, 3 to 5 people that that could give, that possibly haven't given to this campaign before, and reach out to them personally. And the best way for some of those people to be reached out to, whether it's email, whether it's through social media, sharing pictures, etc. Pictures are worth 1,000 words in a lot of cases, and people like to see your stories. So I know we've said before, put pictures and stories on your pages, but it really does work. And just think about those individuals that you could reach out to that maybe don't know, because this is only our 3rd year doing this. And a lot of people still don't know about, the online campaigns. And there's a lot of alumni out there that are connected to other people, but they haven't necessarily paid attention to these online campaigns. And it's just a way for you to, connect to those people and kind of educate them about what's going on and let them know that, this campaign is here to stay, and Alumni Day is a great reason for people to want to give. So I just want to kind of challenge everybody to think about their circles that they're in, and who do they know that either hasn't participated or doesn't even know about it, that you can bring them along.
And I just want to thank again the chairs that are helping. And I think David's on, Megan, Melissa, Angela, Priscilla, Aaron. And if I'm missing anybody
Megan.
else on here, thank you for volunteering. And we're excited everything that we're going to do.
Yep.
Thank you to all the trustees as well that are on the call that have been supporting the efforts, and all the other leaders, national officers. And we really appreciate your support. We know how important it is for you to help get out the word to everybody that you're working with, both leaders and volunteers, and how important it is. And we just want to, thank you guys in advance for all the support, because without each and every one of you, we couldn't, do what we're doing.
Angie's on too. I saw her.
I thought I said her. I had her
Yeah.
name circled. So
Sean went with the given name of Angela, but everybody knows me as Angie.
So, all right. Well, thank you for your time tonight. And if you haven't signed up tonight, tomorrow. Register so we can get to that 500 plus. Because the more people we register, the more successful this campaign will be. So we thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.